Bonjour. Alors aujourd'hui je vais continuer Draugen. Je vais essayer de faire deux nouveaux épisodes avec au moment où j'enregistre. Alors promis, normalement il doit y avoir le son. La dernière fois j'ai eu en fait c'est OBS qui s'est mal configuré parce que j'ai eu un souci avec mon PC et le son était parti et du coup je sais pas pourquoi. OBS il a pas enregistré la modification. Bon. Et je me moquais de Soma, c'était pas mieux. Comme quoi Draugen je crois qu'il est un peu maudit. Même si la première découverte ça va, ça y est, le son. Voilà. Du coup on va continuer l'aventure parce que je veux savoir ce qui se passe moi. Je suis curieux. On s'était arrêté en haut où on avait trouvé le lieu de l'accident de la petite là, qui relatait dans les journaux. Toujours avec cette mystérieuse Lissy. Ah, j'allais dire ça quoi. Alors, du coup, la Miss était partie où déjà? Ah, mais ça m'a enregistré là? Ah ouais, quand j'étais... Ah non. Si, c'est ça.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
Ah
Right. It is awful.
moi, ça m'a fait là, la dernière fois que j'ai testé, ça avait enregistré... Ah ouais.
Oh, teddy bear.
Bah, au moins, il y a le son.
Take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell?
Je pense que je mettrai précédemment. Distance, on va faire. Je sais pas si j'avais fait ça la dernière fois.
Certainly high enough to kill a child.
If I had to go, this would be the way to do it. Soaring through the air like a bird.
And landing like a rock.
À fleur main.
If she fell head first on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path
Ah,
leads.
c'est là.
No, absolutely not.
C'est là la dernière fois que j'avais comment. Voilà, je m'étais arrêté là. Ça n'avait pas enregistré du coup.
Betty's still...
Mais elle court vite hein.
You're still out there.
Non, comment on fait pour sortir le journal déjà?
Alice!
I'm over here.
Voilà, on sait. Bah. Ah voilà, je suis en train de chercher le journal. Voilà, c'est bon, on peut y aller.
Lissy! Slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy? Are you there?
Can you see where she fell? Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to
Je crois qu'il y a un monsieur Pendu.
They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily
Oh,
connected.
come on. This is just ghastly. What made him do this? What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry.
Ah. Le Pendu.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace?
On peut le descendre non?
You're
Non.
just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
Oh bah il reste pendu, il a voulu se pendre, il se pend. Hein.
It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Il a qui ouvre les yeux.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Ah ça va, ça t'énerve pas. Déjà je te trouve bizarre toi. Alors hein?
If that was me up there, would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
D'accord. Oh il donne des ordres. Hein. Il est resté pendu, il a voulu se pendre.
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
Oh t'es compliqué toi. Fais-le. Fais-le que je veux te voir un peu toucher des objets. Parce que c'est bizarre, je ne vois jamais toucher des objets. Je suis en train de me poser des questions. C'est là qui bouge.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes.
Bon,
you
vas-y,
can.
allez.
Teddy,
Et fais-le toi.
I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Et bizarre.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Accident.
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Elle est vraiment louche le game. C'est vrai, je sais pas pourquoi. Je sais pas pourquoi en fait. Enfin, je me demande si elle est réelle. Mais bon. Ah, du coup. Bon, du coup, la porte est là-bas. Ch'toum, ch'toum, ch'toum. Ah, je me fais peur. Je me fais peur. Ah, mais elle me suit comme mon nom, moi. Il est où le canapé déjà? Je bouge le canapé, moi.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
Ah! Il fallait poser le chapeau sur le mannequin. Ah, il fallait le savoir. What? Et moi, je cherchais depuis tout à l'heure. Bon, ben voilà. Bah, j'aurais fait les coupures à ce moment-là. Allez, reprends. What the fuck? Fallait poser le chapeau sur le mannequin pour faire avancer
Quite the
l'histoire.
day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply...
Ah, elle est bizarre, elle est.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no.
Hush now.
C'est bien, ça rassure. Il fallait poser le chapeau sur le mannequin pour faire avancer l'histoire. Et j'avais pas capté ça. Ah, jour 3. Ah, bah j'ai cru que j'allais être bloqué. Moi, ça fait un petit moment que je cherchais. Ouais, un petit moment. Ouais, 25-10 minutes quoi. Alors, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qu'il faut que tu fasses maintenant? Tu poses quoi sur le mannequin? Toucher. Ah, comme ça, t'es content. Ouais. C'est bien, comme ça, moi, tu feras avancer l'histoire. Ah, parce que sur le coup du chapeau, là, j'avais pas compris ça, moi. Bon, là, c'est pour se regarder. Il est où l'ici encore?
Lissy?
Ah, elle est en haut. Ça fait peur en fait.
Where are you?
J'avais compris qu'elle était là. Ah,
This is her room.
bah oui, ça
Are
change.
you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
Ah,
Draugen.
Hey,
ah, Draugen.
undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
Oh, je viens de voir un truc encore pire. Et si c'était lui le garçon qui avait poussé la petite? Et que c'était son fantôme? Non. Moi, je cherche un peu loin, mais bon. Je sais pas, c'est bizarre cette histoire quand même.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the black seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you...
Ah,
That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for
alors elle est
nightfall to
tordue.
return to shore.
No.
and- You
Ah.
so lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
Ah, ça c'est un lit.
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth? Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
Ah bah, un
Looks a
Draugen.
bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
C'est bizarre. Hein.
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! the pin on the doll.
This is where it came from. Her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
A dig, a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
Ok. Ah, il y a un truc là-bas. Attends, il n'y a rien ici. Un cheval. Ah, il y a deux dessins, j'avais pas vu. Alors ça c'est l'église déjà, on a compris.
This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
The community divided.
Roméo et Juliette. Il y en a. Attends,
She found
elle
something.
trouve le trésor.
Where's that supposed to be?
The cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
Her Viking treasure. Of course.
Ah, il y en a encore un là.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear. There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
She didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
Ah,
Church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church
elle est
right
là.
now.
Wait, isn't it more likely
Cours,
to be
cours,
the
Forrest.
person you saw the other night? We
I
should be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything.
Bon, allez, on y va.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about.
Bizarre quand même. Par où on passe déjà? Ah, on peut passer par là. Bien mystérieux ce village. Après ça va, j'aime bien parce que l'histoire elle est intrigante quoi. Puis c'est ici qui m'intrigue, il faut que je voie. Je sache si c'est une vraie personne ou si c'est l'imagination du personnage.